everyone, welcome to a Tuesday Newsday with me, Barros, and a slightly sick but recovering Sinzar.
What's up?
You do sound like a bit sick. I really
In,
hope it's getting better.
indeed, I was pretty sick over the weekend, which is why I basically did hardly any videos. But at this point, I feel completely fine. My voice may not sound that way, but I feel fine. It's just like after coughing my lungs out for 3 days, it has had an after effect on my voice. But it is recovering, and I feel fine at this point.
Yeah, but now you have this sexy raspiness of like Dean or Sam from Supernatural. Like you have that I smoked half my life sound. That's kind of like I'm gonna say it's a bit appealing,
I have never taken a single drag on a cigarette in my entire life, but I guess I do have that going for me.
No, but you have the rugged cowboy sound. Like, chat, come on. I can't be the only one. Like, you hear it too, right? You have the rugged cowboy sound. I'm telling you. Okay, what the fuck do you know? Okay. It's like chat doesn't know. Okay, never mind. Let's get into this. Let's alleviate this sexual tension and go into the units instead. So, what the fuck is Final Fantasy 4 for? What's that?
Oh my god, these units. Well, this unit. This was actually a double banner in JP. It was him plus a terrible version of Rain as well. I guess Global is only getting Lastwell, or Rain is coming to troll us later. But anyway, it's a hot garbage unit. It's extremely terrible. His only purpose was to sell on JP an okay materia. On Global, it's just straight trash. Yeah.
So Lastwell is actually Cecil then. That surprises me a bit because his base form is Dark Knight Cecil and his shift form is Paladin Cecil, kind of. That's what it seems. So who was Rain?
Yeah, Rain was Final Fantasy 1 Warrior of Light.
Oh, I thought they were both from Final Fantasy 4. Okay. So I was thinking like why wouldn't Rain be Cecil? But okay, now I get it.
No, they're like cosplaying as their favorite Final Fantasy character. It's some stupid. I'm not sure if this was for Halloween or something. I forget. Like it was about 6 months ago, so it was kind of ish around Halloween.
But I mean, how can you call this unit garbage? Look at this card. 65 base attack and magic. Oh my god.
Are you not recognizing the card you've probably got 40 copies of in your inventory?
This is the Heir to Purple Light. This is wait. So his card is actually a garbage card? Like
it's the free card you've been pulling for years.
Yes, okay.
This unit is pure troll. He doesn't deal damage. The unit is worthless. The card is worthless. I forget what the TMR even is.
STMR seems decent though. It's at least 100% LB damage.
Technically speaking, it's locked to mages only.
Oh, and it's mages only. Yeah.
And it's only LB damage and fill rate. I don't even count that.
Yeah.
So we've got Chow's with his 100% LB damage and a bunch more stuff on it, completely unrestricted. We've now got the all you need is strength materia, which is completely unrestricted, 100% LB damage and a whole lot more on it. And then you've got Dress Up Lastwell, who's got mage locked only, 100 LB damage, and basically nothing else. It's terrible. It's terrible.
And he does seem to follow the Envy Lastwell form of being physical in base and magic in shift.
Yeah, his kit is basically a copy-paste of the Neovision's Lastwell.
Really? Oh, so it's basically a sprite change, right? Or?
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
And it's a brand new unit to clog up the pool on Global.
Well, I mean, it does clog up the pool for sure, but at least this is not on the same banner as the other less terrible units, right?
Yes, it is in his own banner. And, I mean, if we're attempting to stay positive, his step up is basically a giveaway. It's 20k, you get the unit guaranteed, you get 150 shards, you get 2 extra free Neos. So, the step up is the same as the Riku step up, where Riku was known to be a bad unit, and they were basically giving her away. But at the very least, Riku had 1 or 2 redeeming qualities where people could make an argument, she brings a high spirit killer buff. Oh, she's an okay chainer while doing that. All things were true. there is no positive argument for Lastwell. He's a troll.
Oh man, I know Lastwell also has his fan base, and I'm sad to see them treat this unit like this. But hey, maybe they will also treat Rain like this on a future banner where he will just join to, fill out, I guess.
Yeah, there was a Rain version of this also in JP that I guess we're probably going to get at some point.
Yeah, I saw the Demos shared the sprites in chat. They look pretty okay. Kind of looks like they took the Envy Fledgling Warrior base shift and then added Hyo's sword to it. That's a bit lazy work, maybe. I don't know. Okay, but let's actually talk about the real banner then. The actual units coming out this week, and I have a feeling, given your lack of optimism before the episode, that they are maybe not amazing either.
Yes. Poppy and Leftia. Poppy.
So it's the Ashura event still, right? Like the Warrior's Prayer, as it's called on
Yes.
GL?
Yeah, these are just like reskinned versions. Poppy is a bad Wind Mage, and Leftia is a bad Earth Mage.
Wow.
And yeah, they have, like, if you open their, kit, we've got like 2 skills and an SLB. And then actually Poppy does have like few skills. Like she's got her old 7-star cooldown, which can be useful in some scenarios, but Leftia is just barren. She's got nothing.
Wow. No party support, no anything.
No, she's got like a modifier boost for Stonega. So if it counts as party support, sure.
Yeah, okay. I guess like these units are walking STMRs then. You said this a couple of news days ago that we're going to start getting these mediocre units that have really good STMRs for TDH mages. And I guess both of these are kind of that, right?
Exactly.
Well, and to be fair, it's actually a pretty good, like the STMR design of these is pretty good. So they're really awkward weapon types. It's throwing and mace. Yes, mace. Or flail rather. But they do have 100% equipment magic on them, which definitely helps when you're forcing TDH on mages.
Yes, for Leftia, the two-handed thrower, that you can make an argument for. There's some uses. For example, Tiana would love this if you don't have a better weapon and peril on the party for her.
Right.
Maybe for Renoa because she's a throwing mage, etc.
This would be amazing for Renoa. Holy shit! I would actually love a Leftia to just use it for Renoa TDH.
Sure. Now, keep in mind, Renoa can use rods, and she doesn't really have any bonus for using a thrower. So a rod's totally fine on Renoa. Give her the return Nicole's rod, and it's just a better version of this.
Yeah, or Pop. Pop is the one I have, but yeah.
Pop, yeah, exactly. Same thing. That one has killers on it. Yeah, that's like better. But this, is an option.
It does give the 100% TDH magic though, so it makes it like slightly easier to gear for, I guess.
True. Yeah. This definitely a good weapon. This weapon's no problem. But then you come to Poppy's. It's a two-handed, flail for mages. This is so far outside the box. Like what?
Do we even have an equipped flail materia?
Nope.
Oh, okay. So this is absolutely useless. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get a random EX NV and it's gonna be fucking Poppy just because this game wants to shit on me.
Pretty much.
So you can't use this at all. Okay.
Yeah. Now that being said, their TMRs are actually arguably better than the STMRs.
Yeah, it's the bulky hat and bulky accessory for mages, it seems.
With killers on it. Those are pretty nice, actually.
Yeah. They're nice. Have a lot of flat HP, both of them, and a lot of percentage HP. 100% for Poppy's TMR and 50% for Leftia's. So actually, that is decent. That is definitely decent when you need to bulk up your mages, like we've seen, for instance, needed in this cow. And if that's a trend that returns again, you'd want a couple of these laying around. Okay, but otherwise they are like, how do they both work? Like, if they are kind of the same unit, how do they work? Is it just SLB burst, or is it SLB setup for a different burst?
No, it's just SLB burst. They have a one-time per fight 30% amplify for themselves only, and then they do a 300x SLB burst on turns 3 to 5 when they're ready. They do have a racial component on top. So if you're, I think, by memory, I think it's Poppy is 360 if you're fighting a plant, and Leftia is 360 if you're fighting a stone, by
Yeah,
memory.
Poppy is plants and Leftia is reapers, actually.
Oh, Reaper. Okay, Reaper. There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah, so they do a tiny speck more damage on those races, but just use a better mage.
Yeah, yeah, and they're not even elementalists. You know, it's just poor modifier mages. I guess I used to make this argument that, oh, but we have so few mages, so a good mage is still a good mage. But that has changed. We have a lot of mages now, and this
Hmm.
is subpar. Like these probably clock in under like I don't know, I don't know. Like, isn't this like pause levels of damage? Well, I guess like against the race, they're gonna be stronger, but
Against their specific race to be better, but yes, against like just a regular boss, it's Pause is a perfect example. It's exactly Pause. Yeah,
wow.
300 XLB, approximately the same magic stats. Now these units do bring their own weapon in peril, which if you don't have a weapon in peril, will be useful. But I would
Yeah.
hope at this point on a serious like Dark Visions team or something, you're bringing a weapon in peril. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, I guess like new player. I always say that, but I guess any NV unit is good for a new player. So that's such a bad argument in general.
Mhm.
Okay. Unfortunately, well, I mean, it's good. You know, I just recently heard that you and JP are getting blessed with another Xenogears banner. So
Um,
yeah,
yes,
yes.
technically.
What do you mean technically? What do you mean? It's like what do you want to say?
Uh they're just not that great. They're okay. They're okay. Bad, but they're not like meta. Like Graph was like a big deal on his initial release in JP.
Sure.
This banner does not seem as like big of a deal.
Ah, okay, okay. So it's not like, well, I don't care, you know, like these units are super nostalgic for me. So what I've promised now is I'm gonna save until I can pity both of the units. So it's Satan and Ellie. Maybe I'm gonna get an id. So those that know me know this is a really fucking tall promise. So let's see how that goes. But hey, I've taken the challenge. I'm gonna be saving. I'm gonna try to have like, what do I need? Like 100k lapis or some shit?
Eh, we'll
Wow,
see.
that's so much. Okay, okay. Anyway, let's move on. So good thing we can keep saving thanks to this banner being shit. How about this Chronicle battle? Is it something to care about? I see there are some items that can be upgraded here.
This is not like the EX style. This is the farm style. So turn one OTK, bring a bonus team,
Yeah,
craft some gear. One or two pieces are like okay. Most of it is whatever.
nothing like Kane's spear type of power, right?
Oh, no, nothing like that,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Unfortunate. Well, it's 1k lapis, hey, so there's that, I guess.
Very good
They
help.
do they do show a picture of like an STMR Moogle, so maybe
Oh,
we're getting
well,
one. I don't know.
it's always nice.
And then we get a new trial. 12 types takedown Gloomwing.
Hmm.
So you being the trial master supreme, what does this trial mean for us?
This is a trial that, in my opinion, is much better designed than the Death Machine trial was.
Oh,
Yeah, this trial is still really bulky. It still has some of the flaws of like other trials, where of the other trial where it really like kind of locks you into using two elements, not at once, like either one of the two elements, either ice or wind this time.
right.
Which yeah, it's I don't know. I don't really love that idea of where you have to use an element for a trial. I'd rather use
Yeah.
my preference, but it is what it is.
No, I fully agree. I hate being shoehorned, and I guess it's a bit sour that this comes out just after Sylvie has expanded the meta so much, and now you can't use her because she doesn't have ice or wind. So that
Oh,
sucks a
oh,
bit.
I can promise you, Sylvie will be on just about every single clear.
Oh yeah, because she has also a kit beyond her amp. You mean?
Yeah, but also Sylvie has a 250% insect killer buff, and this
Ah,
trial
right.
is insect.
Oh, it's
But yeah,
just bug, not a dual race.
No, pure bug. Yeah, the 12 race trials are all pure race.
Oh, right, right. Of course, that's the whole point of them. Yeah, silly me. Okay, but so of course Sylvie is really good outside of it, but I guess we're gonna be using a ice or a wind support then. So I feel like I'm gonna be bringing my best girl Frievia to this. Feels like
Yeah,
a fitting unit, right?
yeah, I would pretty much say that if you're going ice, Frievia is the first pick for your support. If you're going wind, Bulwark is the first pick for your support.
I just love. I would rather bring Frievia though, because she can at least bring some damage to this trial
Mhm.
as well. That's going to be nice. So bulky trial, fun. Any interesting mechanics you want to spoil for us? So I'm going to say this again. Like Sinzar's early tips threads are the place to be if you want to learn a trial. But anything we should like think about if we want to do a semi-blind run?
Yeah, the boss will single target Berserk, your provoker, every third turn, and it's effectively permanent duration. It's technically only a 3 turn duration, but it's every third turn, so it's permanent. If you don't cure it, it can be cured. So there's an option. Um,
Wow, interesting. So forces berserk. So are there any good units with a potentially beneficial auto attack for your party, like Kresnik? Like, is there something like that that could be exploited here?
Kresnik, if you don't have Kresnik, Kurosame does almost the same thing. Not as good, but close. Um, Sylvie, if you wanted to, her auto attack is a 20% restore for the party, which is powerful.
Yeah, but then you can't
Um,
use anything else though that she brings, which is also really powerful.
yeah, something people use a few times, and you're actually going to love this, Barrows,
Oh,
is General Celeste to provoke
oh,
because her auto attack puts up magic cover, and you can still cover while berserked. So
wow, that
they
was
would have
actually pretty cute.
they would have her as the provoker, and her auto attack would refresh her cover, and she'd be the cover tank while berserked. It's
So she
kind of
would do
awesome.
basically nothing except covering and provoking, I guess. But hey, that's I mean, obviously,
if
if the
you,
trial needs a magic tank, I'm bringing Celeste. I don't have any options. I actually recently picked up a Mave, but Celeste obviously is my big favorite though.
hmm? The
Ah,
other
interesting.
like quick tip I would give for someone that wants to do a mostly blind run is the boss does mana drain every turn, so bring away to restore mana.
Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Does it
It,
like is it on the level of that fucking Halloween boss that would bring you to zero, or is it
uh,
more that this is like a mana fight? You need to restore mana.
no, it's more of like a minor annoyance that you've got to just deal with. Assuming you do a good break. This mana drain is it's not preemptive for one thing, so you don't start the fight mana drain.
Hmm.
Yes, it is AOE to answer in the chat, but it's a hybrid mana drain, meaning as long as you break the boss's attack and magic, and you have general mitigation and good defensive spirit in your party, it'll be mitigated. So
But it's
as an
hybrid. It
example,
will be covered too, right? So like if you have Celeste, she's just
um,
gonna have zero mana and keep auto attacking, or
the actual attack type is fixed. The
oh,
drain
okay,
the drain type is hybrid, meaning it scales on both attack and magic of the boss and defense and spirit of your party.
right,
Uh,
right.
but
I
but
sh-
it's yeah. So for example, if you're like on your tank, they're going to get drained 5 MP. It's going to be mitigated to nothing.
oh,
But if
okay,
you're bringing like as an example, like 3-star Shira to entrust Esther every turn, on someone like that, they'll get mana drained probably to zero. So it really just depends on your defensive stats.
okay. So bulky trials with some nice mechanics. I can't wait to try it out. I have a couple of new units I want to try out on it as well. Not just Sylvie, but others that I would like to play around with. Happy that I'm getting to bring Fry as well. That's actually a lot of fun.
Hmm.
Um, cool, cool. Okay, and then I guess the final thing to talk about is that we're getting Asura 3-star. Does this mean we also are getting a new trial?
In JP, yes, and we should on global. I see no reason at all for them to remove it. That being said, the news is a little obscure. I I am unsure at this point.
Yeah, it doesn't say
The,
anything about a new trial, at least not in the news I've seen. It just says
yeah,
Asura 3-star unlocked.
Like, I hope to God they are not cutting more content because that is going to piss me off. You have no idea.
But I mean,
Like, if
can they
they,
even? Like, isn't the whole point of the Esper's star forms is to actually fight the higher fight boss or higher difficulty boss to get the higher star Esper, right? So, like, can they even enable 3-star Sora without giving us the fight?
I hope not. And I hope this is just, news that isn't quite as clear as we'd hope it to be. And we are getting it. So I fingers crossed and pray that we are getting it. Because I've been looking forward to this fight for a
Oh,
long time. I
when
have not
you
even
say you
beat.
have been looking forward to it, that makes me hyped, though. Is this a good fight?
It's similar to the Bahamut 3-star fight in that it is insanely tuned, but unlike the Bahamut 3-star fight, which was just dumb, and the reason I pretty much never reran it, even though people say, when are you doing another Bahamut clear? Never, because that fight is stupid.
Yeah.
This one is actually well designed, and I have been looking forward to this for so long. I actually have never even cleared the hard mode version on the JP
Wow.
server. It's not that I couldn't. It's not that I couldn't or can't, and I definitely could, especially now that we have more power creep in JP. It's just that the only point of it is for an emblem. It's a really long fight in JP. The average clear like 100 turns.
Whoa.
Um, yeah, it's just a headache of a fight, but it's a good challenge, and I want to do it. And on global, I absolutely intend to do it, which is why if after looking forward to this for 6 months, if it's unexpectedly cut from the game, I will be so irritated.
Nah, no
Um,
reason for it to be cut. I feel like we're gonna get it. I really feel we should get it.
I
So
hope
so
so.
can you give us some tips? Let's assume it's coming. Like, what should we be looking
Okay.
forward to?
Okay. So it is. Do you remember the Blades of Infinity trial in the Vortex, the Ashura trial
Yeah, yeah, a
that
little
we
bit.
did?
Yeah, yeah. I remember bringing actually Eldrin of all units to it.
Okay. So it is the identical trial, identical. Phase
Oh,
one, exact same race, exact same skills, exact same AI. Phase two, exact same skills, AI, etc. The difference is this one has astronomically higher stats. These stats are higher, just
all right,
way
all right.
higher. I actually calculated she is 36 times bulkier on this version as opposed to the trial version.
Wow, power creep.
So
Okay.
so that so that's phase one. That's phase one and phase two. On the Vortex version, you beat phase two, you win. On this one, she resurrects again for phase three, and this is an
Oh,
entirely brand new AI and skill set that is different. It's much more challenging. Except so you've got to beat all three forms. All three forms are way harder, and then the final form is the hardest. It's triple race, so it's all three races at once. It's human, demon, and undead at the same time. It's a tri-race boss, which is pretty rare.
wow.
Um, she does unprovocable berserk. She does AOE death that can be immune though. Massive damage, etc. So it'll be
Wow.
fun.
Interesting, interesting. So any do you see any key units in GL that you'd want to bring to this trial that are gonna make it easier?
The same unit you bring to every trial. Bring Esther.
Right. I don't have Esther, unfortunately. I busted all my Lapis reserves on the Sylvie Esther, but I did secure a Sylvie, though. Would I be able to use her, maybe?
Yeah, so Sylvie's gonna be amazing as well. Absolutely, Sylvie's gonna bring enormous mitigations. Sylvie brings Demon Killer 250%, which is gonna help phase one and phase three. Sylvie is just god tier. Period.
Yeah, she's just really, she has everything, really. Like, I mean, can
Mhm.
you use some of her elements on Asura, or is it element locked?
No, you can use just exactly like the trial in the Vortex. Phase one, you got to seal all 8 elements. Phase two, you can't mix elements at all, or you get punished. And
Right.
then phase three, uh, by memory, phase three is what's it called? Is you can use whatever element you want.
Oh, nice, nice. Well done. Sylvie really is bringing that firepower, obviously,
Mhm.
with her amps. And then, yeah, I guess like maybe even squeezing in a field would be really good. I'm just not sure. Do we have field? I guess we have lightning fields with Sakura, right? But do we even have an earth field in GL?
Diverti, also Ferris.
Ah, okay, all right. So there
Um,
are some fields as well.
yeah. To answer your question in chat, from a few lines ago, someone asked, "Is this the first time ever we're getting a triple race enemy?" It's actually the second time. People actually forget because it's so long ago. But Flammy from the original Secret of Mana event, the raid event, Flammy was a triple race enemy. He was a Flammy was a beast dragon fairy. This is
All
from
right.
5 years ago. But yeah, that
Yeah,
was the
nobody cared
first.
because it was a raid fight.
Yeah, exactly. It's super long ago. It's very long ago, and that was the only time we have ever seen a triple race enemy until now.
But
So
this is
second
going to
time.
be an absolute nightmare to gear for. Like 3 races, as well as maybe some bulkiness. You mentioned death resist. It feels like you're really gonna have to gear well to clear this trial, right?
Hmm. Yep.
Interesting, interesting. Well, now you're making me hype too. So potentially we're getting 2 interesting trials this Thursday. That's
Mhm.
pretty cool.
Oh, and I should have actually led with this. Um, that is the crazy insanity 0.1% of players that want to deal with that. For everyone else, just like Bame at 3-star, if all you care about is getting your overpowered Ashura Esper unlocked, go in there with an evasion unit and guard for 3 turns. Don't attack Ashura. As long as you don't hit her and you just evade for 3 turns, it'll never activate hard mode. And after 3 turns, she unlocks. There you go.
Oh, wow. Well, thanks for that tip. I'm sure some players, me included, are definitely going to unlock Asura first. Isn't she also probably pretty useful for this fight? Can you tell us a bit about the 3-star Esper? Is this our new best Esper or?
Yes, she has higher stats than Bahamut, less killers overall. She does gain a bunch more killers. Like Bahamut, she gets like, I forget how many exactly, but she gets a bunch of killers. Bahamut has all the killers. Ashura does not. So for you know variability, Bahamut is still better. But
Right.
as far as raw stats, so like for everyone that is EPing their Wilk after he gets EX3, it's going to be on Ashura because she has
Hmm.
the highest stats.
Okay. Nice.
Um,
Nice. Good to
yeah,
know. But that's for
very
attack,
expensive
I guess, not for magic, right?
for all of them. I think. Yeah,
Oh,
she's the big. She's also insanely expensive. To max out all her nodes, you need something like either like 1,800 or 2,000 Esper ore, which is a
wow.
ton. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we can steal like what, 5 a day now or something like that.
Uh, from the Vortex, 5 a day per fight. There's 4 fights, so 20 a day. But that's 20 a day on top of the stuff you've been getting anyway from expeditions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, if it's just stealing, then it's only 200 days until you max Asura. And I mean, I'm joking also a bit, but it doesn't sound too bad, honestly, because we are getting a lot of stone from expeditions and converting expeditions to ore as well. So yeah.
Hmm. And one more tip for those of you that are back down to the 0.1% of players that actually do want to do hard mode for the emblem. You might not want to unlock Ashura because remember, once you clear a fight for one time, it now costs energy every attempt.
Ah, right. So,
Yes.
and that will count as a clear because she will kill herself and you will get the Esper.
Yes. And
Interesting.
the Ashura fight costs 50 energy a pop. So if you're going in there with trying team ideas, you don't want to be blowing 50 energy on just failed attempts.
Yeah,
So
yeah. But there's no turn limit, right? So, like, you can do a slow clear here, I guess. Or?
I don't remember. I don't think there was a turn count mission. I'm pretty sure there wasn't. I can look it up very quickly right here. Missions were clear the quest to get the Esper, summon an Esper for a Trust Mogul, no items for a Super Trust Mogul. You can do those. If you're doing the summon an Esper mission, summon a non-offensive Esper, so like Golem, Lakshmi, etc.
Right,
That way,
right.
it won't turn on hard mode. And then, no, the final mission is kill Ashura with a limit burst for the emblem. That's the hard mode mission. So nope, there is no turn count.
Wow, imagine spending like 2 hours playing this trial, getting to the end and beating it, and being so happy, and then forgetting to use an LB.
That is the
Because,
worst.
well, I guess like if you're using Esther, that's not gonna happen. But still, like, let's say
Well,
you're using Roberta or something.
yeah, yeah. So if in your clear, your Esther brings the boss to 1%, uh, don't chain on the boss to refill Esther's LP gauge because you might finish her off.
Right, right. Okay, okay. Interesting, interesting. Okay, well, semi-exciting week anyway. Then I mean, sure, a bit lackluster banner units for sure, but two interesting trials potentially, which makes me very excited. Something to bring units to and test out different teams. And I also love that there's no turn limit, so I can also play around with some units I wouldn't normally bring to a trial that obviously has a turn limit. In fact, I just got the new ice fixed attacker Hist. Is that his name? Sounds like a fun unit to bring too. Try that out. Who knows?
Uh, who?
Isn't it Hist? No, I don't know what he's called. Call. Thank you. So let me
Oh,
just.
call. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, okay, very interesting. Very interesting. Who the fuck is Hist? Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know where Hist came from. I'm gonna be honest. Like it just popped up in my mind. Okay, all right. Thank you everyone for joining us for the live episode, and thank you Sinzar for persevering through your coughs in order to enlighten us with your divine knowledge.
It's always fun.
Thank you. Have a great week, everyone. Bye.
Later.